Does your boy look like shit? I mean, not your body, not your body. I mean, does a boy that you draw look like shit? I'm sure your boy looks totally fine, right? Anyways, don't mind him. I just found the formula. Not just any formula, but the formula that changed the entire gameplay of drawing bodies. That turned my sorry ass, weak ass drawings to much more cooler and better and amazing drawings. And trust me, your bodies will never be the same again. The ones you draw, of course. Alright. So the story goes like this. Back then, as a dumb kid who just started drawing, I used no steps, no guidelines, no practice, and all I used was just observation IQ to draw literally anything. Oh, no. And since I never knew what the fuck I was doing, this was literally so time consuming. Like literally it would take me so long to just complete a single drawing. Yup, that long. And you know what? From the neck up, the drawing really wasn't that bad.
I mean, it's alright.
I mean, you can kind of see the face, the shape, but from the neck down...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And this is how it went. To be honest, the process of drawing was quite difficult. There were a lot of pencil strokes and more pencil strokes and a little bit of this and that. Not to mention erasing, rubbing, and a whole lot of that bullshit. After a while of doing more of that, I ended up here. And buddy, it was as clear as day how unproportional this figured off balance tilting flat to the ugly unattractive stinking palette shit that I had drawn. So yeah, today I am here to help you not to be like that guy. Yeah, don't be that guy. So I took a step back and looked for a different approach because clearly just practicing aimlessly just was not working at all. So I hopped on YouTube and searched, and this is where it all began. I watched as many YouTube videos as I possibly can, and I started to practice with a much more clear and an open vision. I felt like I had reawakened. I could see things that I couldn't see before. I was open. And yeah, I'm trying to do the same to you. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's look at these three important categories. Number 1, skeleton figure, pigment figure, applying the actual body. Let's get started with the skeleton. In order for you to draw better bodies, then you're going to need to know the skeleton. And no, I'm not saying you must not draw the skeleton bone for bone. What? But rather, understand the structure of the skeleton. Believe me or not, learning the skeleton will help you lay down the foundation of the body when drawing them. The body, that is. The skull is very important because it will help you determine the size and the length of the body when you're drawing it. I will show you soon enough. And now, onto the ribs. Let's draw an X shape for the ribs. And draw this line above that X shape, which will connect the joints of the shoulders. Followed by a flat oval for the pelvis. And always note that in between these two lies the stomach. Then draw the bones for the arms, and their joints should be somewhere in between the stomach. Start the legs on the side of the pelvis and note that the length of the thighs and lower legs are the same in length, so always be mindful when drawing them. So now, do you remember when I said it will help you determine the size and the length of the body? Well, fun fact, the height of the body is made up of 8 to 9 heads. Well, this is of course depending on age and the size of the actual body. So 4 heads from the head to pelvis and another 4 from pelvis to feet. So the simplified version of the skeleton is a stigman figure, which I advise you to practice on regularly. Well, in order for you to get comfortable drawing different poses in different perspectives. And a more advanced, different way of drawing stigman figure is called gesture drawings. Basically practicing to draw body poses without worrying about a lot of factors such as detail, complexity, size, and time. That's pure flow and shape. Well, you must consider seeing our bodies as a 3D entity made up of 3D shapes. So go back to the basics and practice drawing cubes, cylinders, circles. And you can even move on and apply it to the body. Well, this is optional anyways. You can practice drawing bodies in the form of shapes. So try forming the body within layers of cubes and rectangular prisms. Give you a more depth understanding in the 3D space around the body. Well, you can also switch it up and try adding perspective for you to increase your flexibility in drawing many different types of poses. So let's get exhibit A and B. As you can see, exhibit A has a lot of twists and turns on the lower and upper body. Well, this is one of the best methods you can use to practice perspective and drawing different poses of the body. And it's so simple to draw and practice. Like, all you need is a circle to represent the angle of the ribs and another single type of oval just behind it or beside it, depending on the body pose, to represent the lower part of the torso. So let's practice a lot of them to get acquainted with the different positions the upper and lower part of the torso can take, which will help you with the proportions as well. We can switch it up and make the exercise about 2 rectangular prisms, and this is how we draw them. And for practice sake, always try different and more complex poses. So how did it help me? Well, basically it helped me see the upper torso and the lower torso in 3D and understand the dimension between the two during a pose and the relationship between them. And here's one more called the cat and toilet figure. So basically we draw the ribs like this, which kind of looks like it has cat ears. And now for the toilet, and of course I don't mean the actual toilet that you do your business in, but I mean this, which goes in the place of the pelvis. This is just a cool exercise that you can do. It's not a must, but it's optional, which will also help you see the pelvis in 3D. And you can draw these two in different positions and tilting manner to present the pose of the body. And now for what you posers been waiting. Let's finally get started with our first pose. Since this is just practice, I recommend starting with a light pencil. Okay? Let's start by drawing the circle to represent the head, followed by this line to assist you in drawing the position of the upper body. Then draw the ribs and pelvis. And now let's finish up our stickman figure with lines and circles for the joints. And once you have this down, now here lies the magic. Start sketching the body of the person over the stickman figure as well as their clothes. Once you're confident that you didn't make any mistake, darken the lines and shade. So now let's try a different pose. Right after drawing the circle, draw this diagonal line from the head and add the ribs tilted to the side. Obviously because that's where her main body is facing. Align the pelvis with the ribs and make sure the back arm is smaller since it is further away from the body. At this point, you should understand that you are 60% done with the drawing. Now the next 25 will be applying the body, next 15 will be shading, and the remaining 5, you adios. Draw a circle and a vertical line, followed by this for the ribs and the pelvis on said line. And now draw slightly curved lines for the limbs and circles for the joints. And now at the body. And that's it. Always keep in mind the size of the circle or head should and must affect the length of the body, remember? And since it's just practice, make sure that you remember that the quicker the better. Quantity over perfection, because when more poses are covered, you get to experience and challenge yourself, which will make you improve. So buddy, don't take too much time on just one pose. Make sure you cover loads and tons of poses. Now let's get this pose, which only looks difficult, but trust me, it's not. Now just like I have mentioned before, this line is literally a can opener. Draw a small slanted line for the shoulders and keep in mind that the camera angle, which is taken from the bottom, affects how the body will come out. A baseball player catching the ball? Sounds right. So after drawing the ribs, I drew the pelvis tilted like this, and then yeah, that's the only difference this pose has from the previous one. And yeah, let's finish it up and move on to the next. The same thing applies with this denter, but I drew the pelvis tilted to the sideways. And yeah, I think it's pretty simple. With practice, of course. Make sure you practice. And now, let's do something difficult so I can show you how effective and efficient this formula is. Let's draw the circle, followed by a line for the shoulders, then the ribs and the pelvis, just like every other drawing. Then draw the sticks for the limbs and circles for the joints. And now, watch how I draw over the whole stickman figure as it guides me to victory, to the finished product. Okay, so now that I've reached the top of the hill, we ain't done yet because I still need to ink. So I got my blank ink and started whipping that ink around the whole sketch. And now let's add thin lines as well as dark black strokes for shadows and contrast on the drawing. And yeah guys, there we have it. But there are 3 important puns.